You can't see my drink. You can't.
That's good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in that technicolor rainbow between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb. There it goes.
Damn it, Rick.
All the time.
Okay.
What up?
So Mr. Petty's not here, but so it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to have a great show. We got a lot of good things lined up for you guys. Thank you for joining in. And yeah. So the first thing we're gonna talk about. Sorry, I know I usually write
What's
everything.
Going on? Yeah. So I mean, we got a great show lined up for you guys today. So Trey, are you ready now?
I'm almost there.
Okay.
Almost there.
So
there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with our wrestler of the week. We're going to talk about Max Moon.
All righty.
What is the hesitation about?
Why did y'all choose Max Moon?
Why not? It's Max Moon.
Nobody knows who he is.
He got a victory at WrestleMania 9.
Against who?
I don't know, but he got a victory at WrestleMania 9. I know that much. I think he
looks like Mega Man X.
Now the thing. So for those of you watching, the wrestler of the week is Max Moon. Max Moon was Conan's venture into the WWE, and this is when Vince McMahon was at his all-time "I'm going to make superheroes a real thing" type shit. It was Conan in a blue Mega Man-ish costume with Predator dreads. He had gauntlets. He would shoot fireworks.
It was bad.
It was the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen because he looked like blue throw up floating around. But yes, that was wrestler of the week. He also just walked out on the promotion because he was sick of being a cartoon character.
Oh, the hell was that?
Excuse me. Excuse me. I believe something was missed here. Something was very missed.
Oh shit!
Hi.
We've been hacked.
Hello.
I thought you had a password on the code off camera, guy.
Yeah, he gave it to me.
Why?
So before I'm gonna let you finish, but before you do, ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday to each and every one of you, and welcome to a very special edition of the Blues and Whiskey Podcast. I'm your man, McAG3. Hi, Herb. Hi, Rick. Trayman.
Wow, you gonna let them call you by your government, bro?
So apparently this is
yeah.
So this is
don't you have a stream to do or something right now, Joe? Why are you even here?
I'm here because I want to be here. That's literally it. And streaming is going great. Thanks for asking.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is McAG3. If you've been paying attention to the channel for the last, I don't know how long he's been chasing me around, but this is the guy who's constantly challenging me to a Street Fighter match.
Guilty as charged.
Because he ain't got nothing else better to do with his damn time.
Oh, no. I wouldn't say that. You know,
wow.
You go through the grapevine, you go through your resources and realize that someone was saying certain words about being really, really good at certain things. And you're like, you know what? I want to test that theory. That's all this is. That's all this is. It's all good, clean fun. Ain't that right, Herb?
Yeah, whatever. So about the last time I seen this Bama was at the very last live taping of WWE Raw. The last time that anybody was actually there, and he decided to roll up on me, and I had to go ahead and protect my guys and say, like, Trey gonna take you out. And he said, that's whatever. I'll take you out because if you can't even beat Trey, then you shouldn't be able to beat me. And yeah, it got bad, man.
I mean, all I'm saying is, 2 + 2 = 4, right? So if you can't beat Trey, then most likely you can't beat me. So, and since Trey is obviously hiding behind you,
we got a show to do. I already told you what you need to do to challenge me. You got to beat the whole team before you come after the con. It's that simple.
And that is perfectly fine. That is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But and you're right. We do need to continue the show. The show must go on, as it were. So we're talking about Max Moon, right? He was Conan, right?
Yes.
Very, very high regarded, very well respected wrestler in the Mexican wrestling community. Yeah, I know about him. Awesome.
He was well high regarded until him and Rey Mysterio killed that guy.
Allegedly.
No, it's on film. Rey Mysterio killed him with a drop kick, and then Conan showed you how not to handle a dead body.
Dude,
No, Jesus Christ! Look it up. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. AAA wrestling. It's fantastic.
They would have pulled that video by now, but still. I remember Max Moon. Wow. I don't know why y'all chose to choose the Mexican Mega Man, but
well, see, here's the other thing about Max Moon, though. Max Moon did win a belt, unlike some current roster superstars that are supposed to be way better.
I told you.
He won the Intercontinental title.
I swear. Did he? I feel like he beat Tatanka at WrestleMania 9.
I think that might have been what it was.
Yes, I'm absolutely sure.
He definitely had the IC belt as Max Moon, which we can't really say the same for certain people like Ricochet. But
you leave Prince Puma alone.
Prince Puma, he's more like Pauper Puma, if anything. Good lord.
Him and Cedric Alexander are in a tag team, and they're going to do great things because we all know Vince loves tag team wrestling.
Yeah, their tag team name is Fight Unemployment. Because that's literally where they're at right now. They're fighting the unemployment line.
It's only a matter of time before Vince McMahon decides, hey, I don't want those guys here anymore. The pause because he wanted to say something else.
The N-word.
Right. No.
Man, this is bad.
So, what are you guys drinking today? God.
Well, we're drinking. We're drinking Bullet Bourbon, and I decided to go with a whiskey sour. So,
I made a variation of a Manhattan, but I added Red Bull to it, so I'm going to call it a Soho because Red Bull adds that yuppie factor.
Gives you wings. Oh man! So
listen,
what are you drinking, Andre?
You leave my seltzers alone, sir.
I made a whiskey sour as well, the Bullet Bourbon. I did a couple of shots, a couple of dashes of bitters, the Bullet Bourbon, and because everybody's joning on my drink expertise, I actually use my mama's little. You can't see it, but yeah, it actually measures out specific drinks. So I got.
So you're using the John Cena mix because we can't see it at all, right?
There you go. That's probably the funniest thing you've said in like the last 30 years.
Ooh, hey, fruit. I like
it. Getting testy.
But I guess since I'm the last one here, I am drinking a high quality H2O brand with a Mio chaser. It's good stuff. Keeps you nice and hydrated.
Get your sober ass out of here.
What the hell? What? Dude, it's called Blurs and Whiskey. If you're going to hack something.
Not Blurs and Mio. What the hell?
What is Neo? What the hell?
Said Mio.
What
Mio
is
flavored. It's like a sweetener substitute taste bullshit that you put in your drink.
He drinking tea? Bobby, you drinking tea?
Pretty much.
Get the off camera guy. Do your job.
It puts some taste into your water, so that way you drink more water. So you cut down on your sweating because you look like you're sweating.
Telling me you don't like water?
So we're gonna be blurred from tea now.
Hey, it's Mr. Patty chiming in.
So he's on this too. Patty? So y'all just sitting back laughing at. Okay, all right, yeah. You know what? Next topic. Screw you guys.
Let's move on.
Speaking of wrestling, transitioning from Max Moon, the Mexican Mega Man. Oh God, I can't do this. Dark Side of the Ring. We watched that this week.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap.
Done deal.
Yeah, Dr. D. Schultz, that guy. My gosh.
Oh man.
So one thing I will say about Mr. AG is that he's an avid wrestling fan like many of us. So he can keep up with us with the wrestling facts as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Dark Side of the Ring this week?
So
I thought it was go ahead.
So I thought it was pretty good. Again, you can tell that we knew there was going to be a lull in the content. You know what I mean? This isn't on the level of the first couple episodes like last week, but this one was pretty good. John Stossel came out looking like a bit of an asshole. He looked like he had an axe to grind with the WWE from the get-go, and he looked like he just wouldn't stop. And even so, anybody who knew the story about the whole incident to begin with knew that John Stossel kind of had hearing problems, but in this, he played it up like his hearing problems were all about, until I get my money, I'm going to have hearing issues.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
The dude was a total tool, like from start to finish.
Yeah. He's trying to get that bread at the end of the day because he got his ass smacked.
And then at the same time, you also learn about some other characters who were just a bunch of people that had axes to grind. Excuse me, I don't know what the hell I just said. And then also you learn that Vince McMahon is essentially like Vince McMahon might be Thanos or Darkseid in real life.
Vince McMahon is definitely the puppet master in a lot of these.
Vince McMahon is the fixer of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, anything that goes wrong, he finds a way to fix it. And if you don't go his way, it's a done deal.
And it's really unfortunate too, because you can tell just from this past episode that Dr. D is like very committed to the craft of kayfabe. Like he is totally committed. He is 100%. Like when it went into the aforementioned slap heard around the world in question, like he literally just thought to himself, it's like, okay, I'm a heel. What would a heel do when someone comes up to me and questions the legitimacy of my craft? And then he looked at it again, saying to himself, well, what would my mother do if I were to come up to her and talk out of line? Yeah. And that's how he came to the conclusion of.
And here's the thing, because Vince, and for those who didn't watch it, Vince basically said that, look, this guy's been coming in doing all these damn these
exposés.
Yeah, exposés on wrestling. I need you to go in all the way kayfabe and do whatever by any means necessary. Put on this front that we are actually legit as far as kayfabe is concerned. And he basically says, "So, oh, you don't think it's real? Bam!" just
For those of you who are not versed in wrestling terminology, kayfabe is basically the term they would use to describe the behind the scenes. The fact that the wrestling is staged. We all know that. We're not delusional little kids. We know that it's staged. We watch it because it's our rope opera. So kayfabe means basically playing the part that you're given.
And interestingly enough, the reason why kayfabe is held at such a high regard is because back in like the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken, from the episode, they were saying how that there was a news article that basically exposed wrestling at the time, and wrestling was basically just dead for a number of years until finally like it just resurfaced. And so the reason why this whole situation of this particular episode is so relevant is because in terms of just the professional wrestling community as a whole, it was like history was about to repeat itself.
Yeah.
That's why it was so important for when Dr. D was interviewed that he had to do everything that he could to maintain his persona, to maintain character. And that's why he was so committed to do exactly that.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you got to realize the place that how bad he went down the spiral after this whole entire situation happened, because he was actually supposed to be like up to Hogan status as a heel.
He was the opposite to Hogan.
Right. Yeah. It was even to the point to where he was so good at being a heel. And for those who don't know what a heel is, bad guy. He had a fake family that was sitting there. He was going off on them, cussing them out, slapping the kids around, telling them to go to their room, like to the point where what's his name, Child Protective Services showed up and was like, Vince, we need all his information. Where does he stay? We need to arrest his ass right now.
It wasn't just Child Protective. It wasn't just Child Protective Services. It was the damn Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, man.
But if you
go
back and you find the original video, he was slapping a little kid around.
But
it was bad.
But then that wasn't even his family either. It
wasn't not his kid, not his wife, nobody.
But then here, let's speak to the double standard of it, because a couple months after that, Hogan goes on a talk show, and the GIF has been running as we've been talking. Hogan goes on a talk show and chokes out Richard Belzer and
puts his ass
Right.
to sleep.
Cracks his head.
right on
Yeah.
national fucking television, and they just go on about it like, you know,
Yeah, it's nothing.
Because
Things
Jim
happen.
Cornette said it best. Like Hogan was the golden child. He could do no wrong. He
Yeah.
could
He
go.
could have shot him and he would have been fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have went to a daggone orphanage, slapped every single child in there, and he would have been fine.
And just like Jamaica
check
said,
it, check in the
Dr. D,
comments.
Dr. D
There
was
you go.
just doing
We'll
his
slap for you,
job.
brother.
John was the
John Stossel was being a bitch because he doesn't see it as an actual sport.
Yeah.
And he got what he deserved. I mean,
yeah. And Trey, what is the lingo that we say when you get slapped around?
you got what you deserved.
No. And what did you learn?
Oh well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, man.
He learned that was pretty real.
It's so interesting because the reporter was still trying to swear up and down, just trying to denounce the legitimacy of professional wrestling. Yet the main things he kept saying within the interview was how, like, his ears were still ringing when he got hit. The fact that they hid blades among their person and they, initiated bleeding on their own.
Yeah.
Like, and
But we've all known that for years, though.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, because of what he was trying to do and where his stance was on it, he had no choice but to admit that that sort of thing was extreme.
And not to mention, I forget the guy who was actually trying to tell him the bad stuff that was going on behind the scenes, as far as
the snitch.
Yeah, the snitch.
Oh yeah, that dude. He goes by the name of.
His name is unimportant.
Yeah,
He tried to bury our favorite pastime.
Yeah,
Eddie Mansfield.
Just had to say it. Okay.
I mean, and Eddie Mansfield, like, so he started out respectable because Eddie Mansfield was trying to essentially get the wrestlers treated like professional athletes. His execution completely wrong.
Yeah,
completely wrong. Because he calls himself trying to protect the boys in the back, but you're not protecting the boys in the back by exposing their livelihoods. Like, exactly. I'm not gonna. If I'm a magician, I'm not going to say I'm trying to protect the other magicians by showing how they make their money the right way. I'm like showing how they do their tricks. That reminds me of
what was the Masked Magician? He was showing everybody.
I remember that show. That's why he was masked, because he would have been like in a whole heaping of trouble if they knew who he was.
He actually revealed himself after all of it was said and done.
And we don't see him no more.
No more.
Because the magic community put a hit out on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not. Wait. We here at Blurs and Whiskey do not condone.
We don't whatsoever. But we're just here to tell the story. And it's an entertaining ass story.
But ultimately, what I think that the dark side of the ring is revealing to all of us is how much of a fixer Vince McMahon is. He's going to go above and beyond to protect his product, to protect his business, and in some cases to protect the wrestlers. We look at stories like we've seen, such as like
last week. Oh no, the week before. No, the week prior. Was
Jimmy Snuka.
Jimmy Snuka. I couldn't think of his name. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like paying that whole situation off. Basically that man allegedly killed a woman and got away with it.
Allegedly,
he killed her.
It's like,
so she just sleeping in and she just died off of blunt force trauma. Yeah, okay.
I mean, and then they're digging up things that we didn't know happened.
She fell down the
years
stairs.
later. She fell down the stairs. She fell down and cracked her head on his fist. That's what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I'm captivated by this show. I'm waiting for WWE to come down and be like,
y'all gotta stop this. Right. No. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like it's true. It's not true. All of this stuff is true. And I mean, and eventually, and here's the one I think OCG said it's at the end of the Rick said it. The very last episode of the season is supposed to be Owen Hart. I'm ready for that one. I don't know what's gonna be next week. So far they've been really good stories as far as over the last few weeks. It's not like we had said earlier. It's not like the ones in the beginning, like with the Benoit, the Brawl for All, and all the extra stuff.
I still cried to be at Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. Literally when I found out that
it's a beautiful moment.
Eddie was found by Chavo, I still get choked up. I'm not even gonna lie. But you know what? I think usually in the past stuff like this. Well, then again, I was going to say that stuff like this gets swept under the rug by the WWE because they don't want to have any bad publicity. But with the pandemic going on, they ain't got time to deal with it. So now they're able to run rampant and just put up whatever they want.
Chuck Clark says, "You said rival like Trey has a chance." Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've been sitting here. I've been laughing a little bit, not at what we're talking about, but I've been sneaking peeks at the comments. You guys are crazy in the comments.
Not all look, Chuck. Not all rivals are equally leveled. I mean, look at Goku and Vegeta. They're not equally leveled at all.
Okay, Vegeta.
Okay, no, you got it all confused, sir, but I digress.
You gonna get your ass spirit bombed right off my damn channel. Keep talking.
Guess what? The spirit bomb killed literally one enemy in the entire series. One.
Okay, you
failed against everybody else.
You still gonna get anyway. We getting up. Speaking of the pandemic,
I need y'all to keep it together. Keep it together.
I'm trying to. I've been real good. I've been real good this whole time.
I'd say you've been real average so far, but who's counting?
Oh, yeah. Can we move forward?
You
guys?
so
Come
lucky.
on.
Could you imagine if he had walked into the studio while we was doing this?
And moving right along.
Speaking of the pandemic, we're all essential workers. Are you an essential worker?
I most certainly am. I work for Costco Wholesale.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm not at liberty to tell exactly where I work at, but I am an essential worker, and it's pretty bad out there, to say the least.
Joe, I got chased by a dog the other day.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not exactly I'm not happy. Like,
well, do tell.
I don't understand. Like, I don't get why people don't. It's been raining for the last 3 days. For those of you who don't know, I deliver packages for a living.
Yeah.
That's essential work. In case you didn't realize, you're a delivery person that's still out there giving you your FedEx packages and your what does Rick keep ordering? Your Fashion Nova designer clothing.
My Amazon packages too.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mr. Petty. You're not even supposed to be here. But yeah, like they're essential workers too. And I really feel like people should give a little bit more respect to those workers, to all essential workers, because we're out there every day trying our hardest to do our jobs in a condition that could possibly risk our lives. Yeah. And for you to be so inconsiderate, I know yesterday was a really nice day, but to be so inconsiderate to leave your 200-pound damn mixed mutt dog in the front yard without a leash.
Adorable.
Yeah, sounds. Yeah, no, you should have seen the teeth on this motherfucker. Like, it's
Are you saying it was just like that video with that woman and her Rottweiler who was just sitting there barking at her religiously, and she was like, "Hey, on, chill out, calm down."
No, he ain't get that close. Listen, I'm fat, but I'm fast.
Okay,
I can backpedal like the best of them.
Debatable, but okay.
So would you hit on? Pay attention, Trey. So would you say if you had a chance to do this, would you have RKO punted this dog if it came near you?
Joe, this dog was so big, Joe. It was like a Rottweiler mixed with a German Shepherd, mixed with a, I don't know. It was gold and black, and it was big, and all I saw was teeth. And I started going in my football drills and got the hell up out of there. I threw the package. I don't
needs the chest.
Yes. And I had to hit him with the Fusradar from Skyrim. Like, no, back up. Like, I had to yell at him and get real big while I was backing up. So, but it's just like, I wish people would be more considerate of the people that are working around them, because you shouldn't leave a dog, especially if the dog is going to be aggressive. Like, I love dogs. If the dog is aggressive, I don't care if you have an invisible fence. If you order some shit, then you should know I got some people that's going to be coming to my house. Maybe I shouldn't leave Fido in the front yard.
Right. Yeah, that is a bit of irresponsibility on the owner's part. And yeah, because you like, you still have to be in a safe working environment, because you're delivering these products to people that really, really need it because they can't go out and get it themselves. So situations like that should be taken into consideration.
I'm sorry, AG. I gotta say this. I'm looking at some of the comments. Darren says actually it was a French poodle. Rita says just give it dog treats.
Just keep dog. Again, I'm gonna keep. So anytime that I'm laughing at something, it's because I'm reading the goddamn comments. You people are insane.
I got something to say about essential worker.
You could all kiss my ass.
Because I'm essentially
line
at
up.
work
There's a
right
lot
now.
of it.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, motherfucker. You know what? Hey, listen here, Michael. There may be a lot of it, but you know what there's not a lot of? Your fucking hairline. Keep talking shit.
Oh.
You went there.
Go ahead, Cam. What
Cam, you were saying?
Wow. No, I was just talking about how like the first week when this pandemic started and we were still open, everybody was appreciative. People were nice. They're like, "Oh man, you're still open. We appreciate all the work you're doing." Like you know, like I'm from the armed service. Like Daughtry's playing in the background as I go to work or something. But nah, like now, everyone's just like mad the stimulus checks ain't come through, unemployment's backed up, and they ain't got nothing, and now they're taking out on all the essential workers now. And that's how I feel. Like first week, all right, cool. Now it's like, you know what? You know, it's just crazy out here. The rude and the level of like toxicity and hatred and vile that's going out. Like this
Yeah,
humanity.
it's really bad. Like last week, in fact, at my own job, one of my coworkers was actually physically assaulted by one of the customers.
Damn, it wasn't you? Shit.
No, they ain't gonna do that crap to me. But no, daggone, like they were trying to load their stuff onto the belt. The lady was already coming up there with a daggone attitude, and then it was like, I don't want you touching my stuff, and literally just freaking chopped her right in the neck.
What the fuck?
In the neck.
Wow.
Sorry,
and so of course, now mind
Chop.
you, when this happened, I was doing a turnover with one of the other cashiers and I was looking down. The only reason why I know this is because one, when I finally looked up, this was a new person, by the way, a new hire. She only been there for like a week. Like this person was being taken to the office by one of my other coworkers, and I overheard one of my supervisors say, "Oh my gosh, she chopped her right in the neck," almost like she was daggone Jim Ross, you know.
Wow.
And it's just like, and look, and look, cats and kittens out there, I got to tell you, it is not okay to lay hands.
Your mic went out. Dang.
Your mic's off. No,
yeah.
keep it. No, don't tell them. Let it stay off. So anyway,
but no, I mean, it's just like Darren said in the comments. It's kind of
Blender.
You got a blender. It's just, but as far as like, because I'm an essential worker too, I'm not gonna say exactly where, but I do clean up. And some of you motherfuckers are just trifling. That's all I'm gonna say. The things that I see on where I work at is just like, y'all ain't got no home training. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get in trouble with my job.
Bro,
y'all need
Do I have to
Jesus.
take over from Mike now?
Hey, might have to,
we just phase him off the screen.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm not an essential worker, but I do, you know what I mean? I have to deal with the public constantly. People have gotten to the point to where they're tired of being in the house. And at first it was just like, oh, we got this pandemic going on, you know, mankind.
Okay, there we go. I'm back.
Right. You back. Go ahead.
All right, so real quick, Mike, I'm gonna let you get back to your point. People at first, everybody wanted to push forward and wanted to galvanize and wanted to, oh, you know what I mean, I feel sorry for my fellow man, and these people out here putting their lives on the line to give me my packet of toilet paper or to help me get whatever, you know what I mean. And now everybody's getting kind of fed up because they've been in quarantine for so long. So now everybody's trying to get back.
Darren, not quite.
They're starting to get back to normal, and people's true colors are showing through. You know what I mean? Because as we all know, the world is a terrible place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you had people a couple weeks ago at the wharf. Like you had people yesterday at the monument watching the Blue fucking Angels, not social distancing. People are just gonna do.
Yeah.
Go and tell us the story about what happened in Chicago, bro.
Oh yeah. Also, if anybody who knows me, you know I'm a sneakerhead. You motherfuckers in Chicago have a fucking problem because you're out there in line for some Jordan 5s and not social distancing, no mask, but you're waiting for fucking shoes. When you die, when the coronavirus cases go up in Chicago, it's because of you motherfuckers.
Wait. You know what? Hot take. Let them do it. Survival of the fittest. Call everybody who don't need to be here.
Yo, they
Natural selection.
They're gonna have some fresh kicks when they're in their coffins, man.
Exactly. Put them fucking shoes on when you're getting buried, you dumbasses.
So you could be out there grave robbing George Myers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, in all honesty, this can be a very fortuitous situation for people who have apocalyptic mindsets like us. Like, hey, you guys keep going out there and doing what you got to do. Don't just go ahead, keep hugging, keep kissing, keep doing what you got to do.
Hey, Rick, you remember what's the name of that movie? Harold and Kumar, when they went to Alabama and it was like the water got on their shoes. My Jordans, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that's exactly what Rick's gonna be doing at the hospital. He's gonna be coming in with that mask, coming in like this, taking up all your Jordans.
Hey, listen. I'm a sneaker.
We gotta get jobs at funeral homes.
Nah,
yeah, that's where the market's gonna be at this rate.
Yeah.
Bro, them niggas can have them J's, dog. It ain't even worth it. I'm good. Like, hey, listen. For those of you in Chicago that don't know, there's called the Sneakers app. You can order the shoes on there, and they come to your house.
Yeah, Trey will bring them to you.
Shoes, assuming you don't have a huge effing dog in your front yard.
Yeah.
Nah, look, it's Chicago. You ain't got to worry about no dog. You just got to worry about niggas shooting.
Right.
Look. You deliver the shoes. They standing out there with a gun. Thank you, nigga. Bow. Wait a minute.
Look, I've only owned a pair of Jordans once in my entire life. I'll say they're very comfortable. They are a very, very comfortable shoe. It is not worth getting the C virus.
No.
Listen,
not worth it.
Mike is making $10 million off the Last Dance documentary. He don't need your fucking $200. He good.
Corona Jordan. Oh my gosh.
So, all right. It's time for, even though he's on the show, even though he's not on the show, time for our character of the week. And let's go ahead and get that roll out going.
Before we go, let's see if that beard's actually growing in.
Oh boy.
Character of the week. So, today's character week is John Jones. No, I'm sorry. Not that one. Jahan Jones. Or is it John Jones? Jahan Jones. Anyway, Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter's origin is pretty much self-explanatory. He's a manhunter from Mars. No, but for real, he comes from a long line of like guardians, protectors, sentries, manhunters. They're sort of like Martian cops. Basically, some scientist on Earth was messing around with some teleportation stuff, quantum mechanics, and ended up accidentally teleporting the Martian Manhunter to Earth. And then he was just stuck here because we don't have the technology to send him back. So then he decided that he would stay on Earth, because he had no choice, and he would then defend those who can't defend themselves. Martian Manhunter's power set pretty much includes everything that Superman powers have. Flight, invulnerability, super speed, Martian vision, strength, everything else, flying, everything else, Martian breath, yada, yada, yada. Then he also has some additional powers that Superman does not have, such as telepathy, telekinesis, and shapeshifting. Now, the shapeshifting along with the super strength also goes hand in hand because basically he can manipulate the molecular construction of his body and increase his density, which also happens to also increase his strength. So unlike Superman, whose powers are limitless, there is, I won't say a limit to his powers, but that also means there's no official cap to his powers because he can also like magnify his size and density and yada, yada, yada. Now, funny editorial note, on the early days of Martian Manhunter, DC Comics or comic editors in general didn't want to overexpose certain superheroes in their stories too much. Not like nowadays. So what he ended up doing is, for those who didn't want to have editorial stories, they didn't want to feature Batman or Superman, what they used is Martian Manhunter as a fill-in, because he pretty much had both sets. So he had the powers of Superman and the detective abilities and intelligence of Batman. So he's kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to how he was created or used in comics. Now, he has, his normal form is a green Martian 7 feet tall form. He also has like a humanoid green Martian form, and he also predominantly stays in his other form, which is a human. He varies in race and gender, but most recently, he's also been depicted as a black male. This happened sometime in the 90s, I want to say. One of the JLA stories revealed that he was a black male who empathized with the struggle of colored people due to his own struggles of his people on Mars. He was of the Green Martian variety, fighting against the White Martian variety, who were crueler and enslaved a lot of the Green Martians. Aliens are always an allegory for racial tension, aren't they? Now, he's been featured in a lot of television shows, too. He was played in Smallville, of all things. He was played by a guy named Phil Morris, who was a friend of Superboy's father, Jor-El, to look after him on Earth as for Kal-El. Also, he was played by David Harewood in Supergirl or Arrowverse or whatever. Also depicted as a black male. And of course, there's the Warner Brothers Justice League cartoons, Justice League Unlimited and Justice League. He was voiced by Carl Lumbly, who played the father of Martian Manhunter on the Supergirl TV series. So that's kind of a cute little homage to the whole WB, CW thing. He's also been noted to be as powerful as Superman, or maybe possibly even more powerful. He's held his own against the entire JLA. Superman himself has also said that of all people that he wants to fight, he wants to fight Martian Manhunter the least. His weaknesses is fire. In the early adaptations of him, and I guess in the Silver Age comics, he was only vulnerable to fire in his Green Martian form. Of course, over the time, fire has also been shown his weakness in like any other form, like human or whatever. But most recently, his weakness to fire is due to the fact that it's psychosomatic, cued from the trauma of when he was on Mars being tortured by the White Martians and seeing his entire colony being set on fire. So now fire has a psychosomatic weakness to him. Like, he knows it physically can't hurt him, but he's rendered immobile or paralyzed with fear due to fire. Flame of pyrophobia, I guess, or something. All that I said, one thing that always does bother me is I do feel like Martian Manhunter is underrated sometimes. Due to, like I said, the editorial notes from early days, he's pretty much a fill-in for Superman. Like, if a story requires Superman, but you don't want to use Superman, they use Martian Manhunter. And I feel like that kind of hinders a lot of what could be his popularity. Some people compare him to the Vision on the Marvel side, when in actuality, they have nothing in common other than the fact that they're very emotionless and robotic when they talk, and they both fly, and they both have that density, intangible, phase-shifting thing. Other than that, they have nothing in common, yet they're always pitted against each other. Yeah, man, I feel like he's underrated. He should get more props, especially since he's black. All right, back to you guys. And I guess you too.
2 hours later.
Oh my gosh. What's this? Oh, it's Wani. Come here, Wani.
Hey, you better wrap that character of the week up too, B.
Oh my
Jesus Christ. I just ate.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Is it
back.
July?
Oh my God.
I think it's Monday.
Oh, jeez.
If that's the case,
Dang, I think I got to stream again in another 5 minutes. You there already? Sheesh.
Jesus Christ.
so.
Oh man. All right, let's go.
So that was John Jones, and of course Cam alluded to the real life John Jones, who has problems with his decision making. But unlike that John Jones, whose weakness is fire, the real John Jones' weakness is white women and cocaine. So,
Yo, we are never going to get sponsored by the UFC.
but it's so bad though, because every single person that has gone up against him has just got their face planted into the mat consistently. His one loss, John Jones' one loss, is because he hit somebody with a 12-6 elbow and they couldn't continue.
No, his actual real one loss was in life when he hit that pregnant woman and ran away, but came back to get his money and then ran away again. But speaking of never getting sponsored, that's not true, Trey, because we do have a sponsor. PhoenixFit.com.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
In this quarantine time of living in the house and ordering everything, ordering a bunch of takeout food and all of that bad stuff to eat, everybody I know, some people are looking to lose weight, some people are looking to maintain, some people are looking to get better. If you're looking to update your fitness journey, if you're looking to maintain what it is you already got, if you're looking to go out there and conquer your own personal fitness demons, please click on the link below and go to phoenixfit.com. They have everything that you need. If you're somebody that's beginning in the fitness world, if you're somebody that's just already been down the fitness journey, please go to phoenixfit.com. They got pre-workout, they got BCAAs, they got whey protein, they got everything you need. They even got clothing and gear for you. I put my order in, I'm waiting for stuff to get here, but please go click on the link below in the description, phoenixfit.com. They'll get you right.
So just to piggyback on it, my pre-workout mix just came in yesterday. And I got my the whey protein should be coming in, I want to say maybe Tuesday. So I'm ready to get at it. I got my workout set up to where I'm going to go and start working out this week. I ain't going nowhere other than to work, and I do a lot of walking. And seeing that Trey is running away from dogs and everything, he can go ahead and use his and
cute little dogs like this one.
Get that extra.
You've been petting a puppy for the last 15 minutes.
Hey, you know what else Trey's running from?
Down.
Hey, you want to know what Trey's running from? That challenge from Mike Agee.
No.
Man, those shoes are tightened real tight when it comes to that challenge.
Hang up.
My gosh, man.
Y'all were all in on this. Y'all was all in on. That's okay. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. We gonna do this on your live stream, and then you gonna get your ass beat in front of all your friends.
Hey,
Look at him.
They said Mike looked like a Bond villain in the comments.
I mean, why make millions when we can make billions?
Wow. That 1999 call, they want their joke back.
Too late. I already took it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yo, Rick, all that information about the health stuff's really cool. Can you give me that website one more time?
Sure, I got you. PhoenixFit.com. Use our link. It's in the description. It's going to be on everything that we post on. The link will be in there. Use it. Get in there. Get your stuff. Get you some gains. Get you some of these so you can fight Brock Lesnar's ugly ass daughter. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I did it anyway. Renegade.
Renegade for life. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, shit. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's so disappointed. So disappointed.
I hate you all.
Get him.
I hate you all.
That's fine, because I love me. And with my help,
man.
I'll help you love you.
Oh, Jesus.
Because you need it, Trey. You need it so bad.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Especially when you get these hands. These wonderful, wonderful hands.
Wow, dude, you just got you let it. Oh, you let him call you Trayman. Okay,
I did,
and you didn't say nothing.
No,
That's my name.
No, we can't even call you that, and you let him call you that.
What did I say? People couldn't use
that might be
my
a
name.
testament on what high regard he holds.
Anyway, moving forward. Let's
Mac, can we talk about aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go, all right. Before we go let's get into the because we falling off. Let's get to the what's the name? The throwback show of the week, which is Alien Nation. So this show is basically a show that was taking place in September. Its first episode started in September 18th of 89. Last episode was May the 7th, 1990. 22 episodes. Unfortunately, only went for one season.
Mike Graham, you're not right.
Yeah. What's the name? TV Guide actually said it included it in his 2003 list of 60 shows that were canceled too soon. It adapted from the 1988 movie, which is also entitled Alien Nation, and it was basically a movie about these aliens coming in and just adapting to the life that they. Basically, it's like, what's the name of that Netflix movie with Will Smith that we was talking about? Bright. It's like Bright. It's basically it's the 1988 version of Bright. Yeah, and you have aliens coming in trying to adjust to trying to become just like us. And
They're called newcomers, by the way.
So wait,
Newcomers.
so you're comparing that to Bright. I still don't understand the correlation behind it because you have aliens from another planet and orcs that have been there, or magic that has been there for all of existence.
So essentially what it is essentially, you know those memes where they just like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's essentially, that's the difference between Alienation and Bright. You know what I mean? Alienation took the angle of aliens coming down to Earth and trying to assimilate into it's District 9, except for without apartheid.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
But for those of you that don't know, Alienation, go look it up. It's some interesting shit on there. It's human on alien sex scenes, which are really weird because the aliens have really weird heads. Their heads look like their heads were covered in golden crisp. It's actually weird.
They kind of look like cone heads, except it's a lot. They're not as tall and they have a bunch of spots.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the weirdest alien shit I've ever seen in my life.
It's
However,
pretty dumb.
However,
Chuck said it's like watching Easy at the end of Straight Outta Compton.
Oh
damn!
But no, like, and then the thing about Alienation, like, because I watched an episode or two, it's like it does a really good job of pulling you in and then kicking you back out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like
we're about to do at the end of this episode.
Shut up. But anyway, oh my gosh, it's like they have this great old story that's going on. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but
it's like 20 years old.
Oh. I'm just saying, somebody might not have seen it.
If you ain't seen it, you ain't, honestly, proper poll. Who's going to watch Alienation after this?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Nobody.
Survey says 0.
Off camera guy. Make it so. Make it so.
Make it so, number one.
Yeah, because one of the things they did with the show is that one of the newcomers, the aliens, he's a cop, and then he's partnered up with a human who's also a cop. Mm-hmm. And the episode just carries on with whatever investigation that they're doing. And, typical storytelling, they get the bad guys and all this other stuff. Here's what got me, though. So you get the bad guy, you kill one, you get the other one into custody, but before you get them tried, you destroy the evidence for morale purposes.
Are you telling the plot of a 20-year-old show right now?
An episode
looking for understanding
of a 20-year-old show. You know what? Still,
it's a reason why it's been off.
Shit!
Episodes.
Real quick,
right from Netflix.
Oh yeah, you talking about what Chuck about to say?
Yes, Chuck Clark does it again, and that was something that I forgot about. The men do carry the babies in that show, and at one point, the alien cop gets pregnant. Fuck that show. Move on to the next topic.
Oh boy.
So the reason why, in case you haven't figured out, the whole theme of this episode was aliens, because we got one sitting next to me right now. The reason why this whole thing started up, you look kind of foreign. Anyway, this week, the Pentagon finally confirmed the videos that were released in 2007 of actual unidentified flying objects. That
17.
You said 2017?
17.
Oh, okay, 17. I'm sorry. And basically, it's like, we have confirmation that there are things out there. We don't have confirmation that they're aliens per se. Yes, I know.
They changed it. They changed it from unidentified. They changed it from UFOs to like unidentified aerial something.
Do we really need confirmation about aliens? Have they not looked at our president?
Leave Cheeto Hitler out of this. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the thing that I find funniest, right? The US government literally confirmed that there are unidentified flying objects out there, because I'm going to still use UFO because I'm a fucking rebel. Yep. But 2020 has been so bad that even with the mention of aliens, everybody was just like, oh man, that's crazy. But so what's next? Are kaiju coming? Like,
stop. No, because we can't stop them. No, we can stop this. No.
Or just maybe, what's the name? Independence Day all over again.
The only way I'll accept kaijus is if we turn into mutants when we hit 35. Okay, that's the only way I'll accept that.
I'm past the expiration date, so fuck.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm still 35, so I'm still in the running.
Speaking of developing mutant powers, real quick aside, you couldn't tell me on my 15th birthday when I turned 16 that I wasn't going to develop mutant powers. You couldn't convince me of otherwise, and I'm so disappointed that it didn't happen. So sad about that.
For those of you who don't know,
that way.
that's actually my real life cousin. He had me believing that for myself for a couple of years too.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Shut up, Rick.
No, I wasn't about to say nothing. I was about to say it's true. Like I tried to convince all of my young cousins that we were going to develop mutant powers and we were going to go find it for Shit didn't happen. Shit didn't happen. So now I'm very upset. You don't understand disappointment. I was depressed for the first 6 months to my 16th birthday. Depressed.
I mean, that doesn't explain the fact that Trayman's middle name is Sucker. So, good Lord, if you believe that.
Listen here, headline. I'm not gonna keep on letting you come for my little cousin like this. All right,
bruh. I already knew what this was. I know I got to deal with all of you eventually. So why even mess around? Just
you know what?
About it.
You know what?
I
haven't played fighting games in years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and you going.
It's gonna happen. So we're gonna get to it. So you have apparently are big Twitch streamer. So tell us about what you got, homie.
All right, so
go ahead. Tell us about.
Don't know. As I've already stated earlier, I am McAG3. I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/McAG3. I stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. I stream mostly adventure games and fighting games. The adventure games are usually on Tuesdays and Fridays. The fighting games are on Saturdays. I'm also an artist. I specialize in emotes, sub-badges, avatars, and banners. But more importantly, I am working on my comic book, Blue Ninja, The Story of Navaya, which is a story about a female ninja named Navaya who deals with an unknown clan of enemy ninjas that have attacked her clan. And it's basically it's her on the run from them. You can find, I have episodes 1 through 3 already up. They're on my DeviantArt page, deviantart.com/McAG3. You can find all the episodes there. Also, you can find my other art project that I've done as well. Episode 4 will be released next month, and I'm currently working on episode 5. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. Check it out. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. But either way, just let me know. Check it out. It's good stuff.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I will argue that it's better than one of Martian Manhunter's villains, known as what is it? Human Flame. Human Flame. That is an enemy for Martian Manhunter.
Because his weakness is fire.
Marvel were being petty toward each other, and they just do like, oh, you got the Human Torch? Cool, we'll make the Human Flame.
Human Flame.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a bad guy.
Yes,
Cam,
he is.
Thank you for chiming in on that, because I was just about to say the goddamn plagiarism between Marvel and DC at a certain point, it gets to a level of pettiness that is just so fucking great. It's like all you can do is just laugh at it.
You know what's great is that Deathstroke came out first. Deadpool came out after him.
Yeah,
and
as a joke.
Deadpool is still a bigger character than he is.
Deadpool is the ultimate test because, real quick, I'm gonna let you get your point hurt. Because Deathstroke's name is Slade Wilson, and Marvel said, "Okay, cool, I'll catch Wade Wilson."
Wade Wilson.
What?
Was a W.
Clark knows. Exactly, brother.
But no, it was funny because I'm sitting there watching with Miles. I think he was watching Teen Titans, and Deathstroke came up, and he was like. And I think Robin or one of the other characters was like, "Oh, you're Deadpool." He's like, "No, I'm not Deadpool." No. He's like, "No, you're Deadpool." "No, I'm not Deadpool." So it was just.
I refuse to watch that movie.
Yeah, but it's really
it was the cartoon. It was the cartoon version of it, though.
No, I refuse to watch it. I don't care.
But it's really interesting how you have this one company that creates a character that's supposed to be held at this type of a certain type of regard. Then you have the rival company that literally makes a joke character based on this character, but then the joke character becomes more popular than the original. Like the only other instance I can think of off the top of my head where that's happened was with similar rivalry, but in video games, SNK and Capcom. SNK had this game franchise called Art of Fighting. Their main character was named Ryo Sakazaki. Sakazaki? Yes. And so what Capcom did was they played on that and they made a character named Dan Hibiki. And Dan Hibiki is way more popular than Ryo Sakazaki.
Yes.
Because everybody knows Dan.
Yeah, if you play Street Fighter, if you played any Street Fighter for any amount of time, you know who Dan Hibiki is before you know who Ryo Sakazaki is.
Oh, wait. What you say, Cam?
I said I beat Trey with Dan one time.
It's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. You know, that's a bald-faced lie. Me and Cam would go back and forth furiously with Sagat and Ken, and that's it. You ain't never beat me with Dan because I use Dan.
And I also beat you with a rock guitar.
Real quick, can we talk about how Sagat has a massive contusion in the middle of his chest but continues on fighting?
Yes.
That's very
But
concerning.
he's a beast.
He's a G, man.
Except for in the movie, he wasn't. He was no Indian guy.
We don't talk about the movie.
we don't
The only reason why we talk about the movie.
The
The only reason why we talk about the Street Fighter movie is because Raul Julia had the best line of lines of all time.
For me,
it was the worst. It was just Tuesday.
Like, that is some bold stuff to say to somebody who hates you. Like, no.
But real quick, to circle back around. So the footage that was released by the government, for those of you who don't know, it was released by Tom DeLonge, the former singer in Blink-182.
DeLonge.
He quit because he was interested in extraterrestrials and ghosts and shit like that. And so his corporation that he founded, I don't know the name. I'm not going to give them promotion because fuck them. They actually put out the videos of these UFOs from the actual HUDs of these fighter pilots, and the U.S. government has now came out and said, yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? So for all of you people out there that say, oh, God only created Earth and all of that shit, haha, fuckers.
Yo, so much zeal.
Hey, proper poll. Are aliens real or not?
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, they real.
So I'm pretty sure that the Blurs and Whiskey audience is on the side of the angels with this one. Is like, yes, there's no way God only created this little blue dot in the center of all creation. The rest is just lights.
We're not even the biggest planet in the solar system. And you're telling me that there ain't nothing out there.
I had a conversation with somebody years ago, right? And I was just talking about the universe and planets and all of that stuff. And she had the nerve to say, this woman that I was debating with, she had the nerve to say to me, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would there be life on other planets? The fuck are you talking about, man? Why would there not be life on like, do you understand how big the galaxy is? Yeah. Not just the universe, the galaxy. And to think that we are the only life forms out here, that is the most arrogant and stupid shit I've ever heard in my life.
Well, actually, I do believe the universe is bigger than the galaxy, sir.
I know that, Michael. Okay. I was just saying, I was putting in reference. The galaxy.
An alien would know that.
You're right. He has conquered interdimensional travel, so.
We just waiting for him to split his head open. This little man sitting inside of his cranium.
Yeah.
No, it's just a fist.
Oh Jesus, man! When are y'all when are y'all gonna get this shit over with? Because I just want to know what we gotta do to set this on.
Yeah, David, when are we doing this? I'd like to know.
Get up to my level. That's just how I feel. So I've already laid out my city. He called me the Shao Kahn of Blurs and Whiskey. So when you beat Blurs and Whiskey, when you beat the tower, then you can come up and you can challenge the champ. It's that simple. You coming to me. I didn't lay down any challenge. You coming to me. You want to play me? Beat my guys then.
Okay.
And Chuck, I see your little comments. You can get some too.
You don't want to see Chuck. Chuck will tear you up, man.
Okay.
Go hard.
Oh, man.
We shall see.
Yeah, I never understood how we got involved in this, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you got involved because of Trayman.
You got involved because he said he could beat anybody there.
Because Trey essentially made us Ermac, Noob Sabat, and Goro.
Pretty much.
I would say more along the lines of Tremor, Reptile, and generic Tarkatan.
Turn this fucking stream off. Turn it off right now.
Stop it. Get out of here.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, so before we wrap the show up, just a little, does anybody got any stuff that they want to promote before we roll out?
Yeah,
PhoenixFit.com.
Tie your dogs up.
PhoenixFit.com. Go down. The link is in the description. Go order some shit. Go look at some shit. Go do some whatever. If you don't want any of the products, if you're scared of using that stuff, get a t-shirt. Use our link. Go get a t-shirt. Help us grow so we can do more.
Yes. Yes.
So go ahead, McDade, do you have anything?
Also, once again, every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/McAgey3. And check out the comic book Blue Ninja, The Story of Nevaeh, a McAgey3 Productions original on deviantart.com/McAgey3.
All right, and finish it off.
Real quick. I just want to say, AG, do you do Warzone? Do you play Warzone?
I do not.
All right, so you should do Warzone, and then one night when you're playing Warzone, add me so we can do like a little joint thing or whatever, and we can run through Warzone and try to get some dubs for the squad.
All right,
sounds good.
I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, and just to wrap it up, as you know, every Wednesday I have Herb's Comic Book Journey. This week we will be tackling. Trey, you want to show him your shirt? The Flash. We're going to talk about Godspeed. So stay tuned to that one. Also, new merch alert. If you haven't been looking in the fan page this week, we have the select your host. AG's not in it, so we got everybody that's here.
It's fine. Buy their merch. It's good stuff.
So go ahead and check it out in blerdsandwhiskey.com. Check us out on all social media platforms, YouTube, my Facebook. I'm about to say MySpace. God damn.
Wow, MySpace. Jeez, I thought my stuff was great.
MySpace?
I was about to say it. I'm sorry.
When did we get a MySpace page? That's crazy.
It was named
Our only friend is Tom. Like,
right.
Hey, hold on. But that's kind of crazy. You said check us out on all social medias. We do not have an OnlyFans. We don't.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I would sincerely hope not. Oh boy, that's not a thing I need in my head.
You would have to get an OnlyFans to be able to watch other OnlyFans. Okay, all right. So
moving forward,
you're telling me.
Listen, hold on. I'm gonna start my own OnlyFans.
Oh,
Okay. Help us grow so we can do more. As we always do, up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
That's a wrap. Bye,
The next time you add somebody to this damn show, make sure you vet everybody before you add somebody to this goddamn show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blurs and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blerdsandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.